Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Shots of Serenity podcast. I am your host, Jasmine St. John, and
And
this,
I'm your co-host, Jessica Young.
and this is a beautiful space to land where we explore ways to welcome peace and love into our lives through mindfulness, soul care, and self exploration. First of all, happy April. It's the day after my birthday. It's the day after my birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And said having
Thank you.
got it.
And we're doing things really, really different. If you have not been tuning in for the month of April, I think outside of 1 week, because I took a break that 1 week, we have been posting meditations. April is my birthday month, go Taurus. And so I decided to kind of switch it up a little bit. I asked Bay to create a episode, so I have no idea what to expect. And she's probably like, girl, I thought you were giving me the reins and you doing all this yapping. But we are here. So this is going to be episode 232 of our podcast. And different vibe. I am posting a vlog. It'll probably be sometime after this. So you will get some insight as to why. Some friendly reminders. We have the soft landing. We're going to be playing around a little bit in our YouTube space just to kind of build catalog. So every once in a while, I'll probably drop a vlog. We're going to get back into our stretches, our sound baths, our meditation, some journal prompts, in addition to potting. So I'm not going to stress you or me out with saying you'll get one once a week or anything like that, but for sure, one of those videos throughout the month. Getting back in the groove of things again, like expanding and really starting. Well, we started expanding and really being more intentional about our digital creations and our catalogs as it relates to all the things we do. Because if you've been an OG, then you know that yes, we are potting, but there's so much more to Shots of Serenity. We've always had some form of journaling, some form of affirmative practice, mindful moments, stretching, meditation, and so we want to make sure we continue that. Trying to get all my
Church announcements out.
church announcements out. Yeah, the soft landing, we already had one for April, and then we have one for May. I think May is May 9th and the 10th, or 10th and the 11th. And then we'll have one in June as well. And then soon we'll roll out our Q3 dates, which is crazy to think about. But okay, I'm going to pass the baton.
What's up, kings and queens? It's your girl Jess, the co-host of Shots to Me today. A little bit about me, so you guys know who I am. I'm her partner in crime, so I'll be here in and out, always and forever. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say about myself for right now. I am here because it's the lovely Jasmine St. John, soon to be young, birthday episode. So she turned 28. If anybody didn't know, she turned big 2 8. And she's not 2 7. No. But the first question that I wrote down to ask you is, what did 27 teach you that you didn't ask to learn?
First of all, definitely want to give her some more credit. She's rarely in front of the camera, but she helps so much on the back and some emotional support, encouragement to keep going. We're about to be in year 6. She's been telling me to do the videos and all the things. So yeah, I appreciate you. Now, the question is, what has last year taught me that I did not want to know?
That you didn't ask to learn?
Didn't ask to learn. I think something that we're going to talk about today is releasing attachment to everything. Attachment to how I felt like my body used to move when I was dancing and cheering and all the things versus what it looks and feels like now. attachment to the roles and the titles that I have always held but looked very different a few years ago compared to like what it's about to look like. Attachment to what I thought career and stuff was gonna look like, stepping into the space of Bookie, this is entrepreneurship. Like you are self-employed. And so either do what you gotta do to make sure that remains a thing or go the other route, but you have a choice. Um, attachment to all the things that I believed about myself, and we were kind of talking about this, not in the sense where I'm no longer that version, but I feel like these last few years has been a lot of like solitude and really trying to understand myself outside of the context that I used to really over identify with. And it was important and pivotal, but now I'm about to like step back into integration, into community, into deep relationships. And I think that thought process of how I viewed myself is changing again. And so I didn't ask to learn that I don't know anything now. I didn't ask to learn that my relationship with almost everything, even my body, so forth, is different. Um, reality. I think I've been talking about that a lot within our last episodes, with our episode on grief, on time.
I think that also leads into my next question, in a way. Well, next two questions. The first one is, what version of you did you have to let go this year?
I think the codependent people pleaser. And shout out to like couples therapy for that. Like codependence, not in the sense where I'm the one receiving, but codependence in the sense where I'm the one always giving and feeling like I need to overcompensate or I need to show up in said roles. Um, Ask me the question one more time.
What version of you did you have to let go this year?
Yeah, so that one, the one that felt like they always have to overstand for grace and compassion's sake. Um, the one that feel like they have to fix everything and every problem. The one that felt like they always have to say something. It was difficult because it's just like, okay, having to learn where that comes from, what that looks like. And I'm still learning it, like still letting it go, still understanding the balance between I never want my heart to be hard, and I am naturally that person, but it does not have to be out of like survival or feeling a need for an emotional attachment. It can be out of true desire to an extent that has like discernment, boundaries. And I mean, sometimes like sadness with like, I may want to do the thing, but vibe, like sit back. You may want to say all the things, but listen a little bit more. So
Yeah, too. Do you feel more aligned right now or more in transition?
I feel like our life is transitional. We've been transitioning for 20 plus years. I think the two can exist. You can be in alignment while transitioning.
But which one do you feel more is resonating? Because you could
Mm,
feel the both. I think duality, you could feel both at the same time. But what do you feel more?
yeah.
Like, I feel more in the transition stage, not just because we're moving, but a lot of different things in my life is moving to be aligned in a sense. So it's like putting the pieces to like, okay, I see where alignment can happen, but am I in the process of transitioning to that, or am I like embodying that more fully than putting pieces together?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that. I think I think transitioning to be in alignment. Again, like coming out of what was in alignment with like putting my head down, doing what I need to do in my career, building a foundation within our relationship, building a home and building like what we feel like is our family. building a level of like self-worth and knowing that was very aligned. I felt aligned in that moment. Building the foundation to these things felt like alignment. And so I do feel like right now it is transition to get to, I don't want to say like the next level, but
Next stage.
yeah, the next stage of what that looks like. And so our definition of home is being shaken. The way that I approach work is being shaken. I'm gonna literally be leaving. I don't know if we should do like a life update conversation, but I'm going to be like leaving the office and all the different things. Although Orlando has been a roller coaster, it was like the true foundation to my career. So shifting that. So yeah, I mean, I resonate with what you said, like transitioning to get more aligned.
Gotcha. I kind of gave you that one.
But I needed it. Like it was helpful because that's why I was like both. So in a way,
So about.
and who played off of each other.
Got it. Taking that, what's something you used to chase that you don't desire anymore?
Oh,
Jeez, slop.
naturally, my first thought said these bitches. I'm joking.
I think you even stopped chasing them for a minute.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't think I'll change a bitch and make it the niggas, but
People.
what is something that I'm not chasing anymore?
What's something that you used to chase that you don't desire anymore?
I don't think I don't desire. I'm learning to stop chasing it. Is like approval. Like, this is my life. God damn it.
Yeah.
I'm the one going through the trenches in the moment. That doesn't take away from like the support that I feel. But I'm not, is this okay? Like, should I do this? How do you feel about it? So, approval. Whether you like the fact that I'm podcast host, whether the fact that you like the career that I chose, the practice that I engage in, my relationship, like whoop-de-doo. So
What hurt you this year that ended up helping you?
girl, I feel like these questions,
My next two are lighter, if that helps.
I can't the question again. I learned that my attention span is one of a gold horse. Jesus. Like, are you registering that short-term memory?
Sometimes it's just, we go, whoop.
Goodness. Can you please repeat the question?
What hurt you this year that ended up helping you?
What hurt me this year that ended up helping me?
Or a perceived hurt, because
I don't know if I'm in, there's a theme. Certain relationships. And they hurt, but they helped me because it was like a mirror of like, okay, this is what you've been working on. You're about to step in a new space with this. And so how you choose to respond here will show your level of equipness in the next stage. Does that answer the question?
I got the gist of it.
Do you feel like I should elaborate?
I think you did what you need to do. On the lighter side of things, since you said the deepness got too deep. What are you calling in for this new chapter?
Alignment. A continued like peaceful, introspective, grounding, routine, lifestyle perspective. I'm calling like stepping out of my comfort zone, but like with discernment and like guidance from my spiritual team. And I don't know, eventually we can talk about like relationships, the depth of like what my astrology says about relationships and all the different things. But I do deeply, deeply love humans. That's what got me into everything that I'm doing. I love like the psychology of the mind. I love the sociology of communities and different cultures and traditions. I love seeing how like people like interact and how essential that is to our soul's evolution, our purpose and so forth. And so like I like learning about it on an overview perspective, but I also like learning about it like by being in the field. And so I'm welcoming in being in the field and not closing my heart while in it, but also being a little bit more like mindful about when, where, why, and how I'm opening my heart and like my whole energetic field because I can submerge into things. And it's crazy. I think there's a difference between like being a chameleon and then like
I think it's like a different verb. I get what you're saying, but it's a different kind of verb because it's submerging. I think it's kind of like more like the water is coming up, like how there's the sand, but then it also goes back and retreats. So it's kind of more like a that kind of action. And then like a chameleon, I'm seeing what is that, a chameleon or whatever, changing when other like environment comes in, whatever. I think like it changes very much so based on what it encounters, environment X, Y, and Z. Submerging pretty much stays the same with the sand, whether seashells in the sand, where like they're like things like it encounter, it doesn't change because of those things. If that
yeah.
makes sense.
No, it does. I think instead of I don't really like the changing the stripes, but I've learned that I can like become one with while still maintaining my individuality. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that's a gift. And I guess I'm also calling that into this season that like God allows me to be able to differentiate like the intuition and when that's helpful in the healing space, whether that's like podcasting, therapy, facilitation, or just like connectivity. But not doing so with, again, like no boundaries, no like spiritual hygiene. It's like letting other energies almost like penetrate me and then I'm confused as to is this me or is it not me? Like is this my perspective or is it not? And yeah, yeah.
Yeah, too, Boko. All right. I have like two. Yeah, I think I have two more questions.
Take your time.
Got it. If this next year had a word or energy, what would it be?
Mm-hmm. I mean, the word of the year for me is execution. If it had an energy, if it had an energy, if it had an energy. I think what naturally is coming up for me, so I won't like take forever to answer the question, is the most recent meditation that I did. I kind of like invited listeners to, normally we always say like a bubble, but of course I'm be like, you could be a square, you can be a heart, a star, or if you want to be something that hasn't even been conceptualized yet. And so the energy I'm calling in is to still be able to enjoy and like foster I want to call my stuff like a little a heart, but there is a door when it's time to like step outside, learn, educate, connect, um, submerge, if you will. But there is still that space of my own where I can kind of go back to breathe, to regulate, to cleanse, to protect. So the energy that I'm calling in is to be able to have some nice vibes in my heart while being willing to open that door. And what's outside is also we in the same field. Like I'm with the hearts, the fairies, or whatever. The soft landing, a gentle return to yourself, a space to arrive exactly as you are, no filters, no performance, just presents. If you don't know, we're going to be announcing our offering dates quarter by quarter. So quarter one was so beautiful. Thank you for all of those who showed up, who showed out, who supported. You are greatly appreciated. And for quarter two, i.e. April, May, June, we have April 11th and 12th, which is my birthday month. And we have May the 9th and the 10th and June 6th to the 7th. We so hope to see you there.
Before we close, I want to take a moment to honor you. Not just for who you are on this podcast, but who you're becoming behind it. Close it. Not for real. I love you. And I see your growth. And I see you trying through stuff that you don't want to try through. And I understand, astrology and everything else. But you still try. And I think that should not go unnoticed. Like 232. Consistency. Man, I think that's in itself growth. So at least you did that. And our kids and grandkids won't have stuff to go back to. You're going to be somebody's ancestor. So it's worth it, man. And on that note, my last question would be, what would you say to yourself stepping into 28?
Keep going. And I hate that for me. Because I'd be wanting to stop. It's just like, what's the point? What is coming out of it? But seeds are being planted, and I believe that to be true. Now, if I find out that I'm just crazy and delusional, then
whoop-de-doo.
And at least I went through it to find that out, as opposed to being in like, well, what if? So keep going, keep growing, keep trying, keep showing up, keep grounding yourself so you know when it is time to maybe let things go. Yeah. And I'm proud of you. Very, always. Even if you stop right now, I am proud of you. If God does nothing else for you, He has done enough.
Catch a spirit in here, man. I say, okay. So if you're listening, take this as a reminder. You're allowed to grow, outgrow, and become over and over again. Take a shot with us to peace, alignment, and becoming. It's your girl, Christine Young, dropping the mic.
It is Jasmine Alexis Mariah St. John. I don't think I ever said my whole name.
Yeah, I was going to say in the beginning, but I didn't, because I'm like, I don't want you to be like, I put a John.
Like you said, Google these days. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Soon to be hyphenated. We're going to add the young onto it. But thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, babe, for always showing up and holding it down. One less episode where I got to use my brain, at least
this
on
is a lot.
On the back end. Yeah, it is a lot. And then now we got to add a video component. Make sure the white is balanced. Make sure there's enough space on the SD card, but it's okay. We are learning. We're learning. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you have not already, please subscribe. Please like. I thought you wanted a fist pump. Maybe that was just alignment. Like, okay, give her a fist pump now. You did the. All right. Anyways, this is what happens in our relationship in real life. I'm not gonna lie. Having someone to talk to just feels so much easier. I want to be like, you want to just come ask questions? But I know what feels good for her, and so we're gonna figure it out. Mixing it up is helpful, so please let me know what type of content videos you'd like to see from us. Like I said, soon I will be dropping the vlog. I was gonna do like a little mini vlog before this, like we did for her birthday, and then what did we do? Did I do a vlog for
your first one when you launched it?
Yes. Okay, so there's only been 2 like mini vlogs before. But we have an entire trip and we're still going. So figured I'd do that after. We also found an old sound bowl recording, so stay tuned to that. I'll be posting that as well sometime.
She also got a new sound bowl.
I did get a new sound bowl, W Bay. So we're building the resources, the collections, and all the things. And so I think that's why it is important to just keep going, because things take time, things take space and practice and experience. And that's what I try to remind myself, that like, build your reservoir, build your experience, build your tools. I truly believe that when God is ready to be like, all right, bet, let's let him loose on him, then that is when it'll be your turn. So yeah. Okay. Love you. Bye. Thank you, babe. I appreciate you very much. Now we got to take a picture and get ready for the other ones.